It's funny when you think about it. Birds, I mean, they're like these natural-born singers, right? Always hitting those high notes we humans can only dream of.
Ha ha ha. Yeah, they definitely have us beat in the vocal department.
But speaking of talented singers, that's what our deep dive is all about today.
Oh, you mean our favorite feathered friend?
Exactly, the Western Meadowlarks. And we're taking inspiration from Wikipedia's picture of the day for February 23rd, 2025.
Which, by the way, is a stunning shot. It shows the meadowlark perched on a twig in Grasslands National Park in Saskatchewan, Canada.
Oh yeah, really captures the feel of their habitat. Gorgeous photo by Simon Pierre Brett.
For sure. But as always, we like to go beyond just the pretty picture.
Definitely. Let's dig into some fascinating facts about this bird, shall we?
Absolutely. So for starters, the western meadowlark, despite maybe seeming common, it's actually pretty special.
How so?
Well, they're about 8.5 inches long, which puts them in the medium-sized bird category, and they belong to the Icteridae family.
Icteridae. Not exactly a household name. What's special about that family?
Well, think bright plumage and complex songs. They're the real show-offs of the bird world.
Ah, so that explains the Western Meadowlark's famous flute-like calls. I've heard they're quite beautiful and sort of melancholy, almost.
Oh, absolutely. Their song is incredibly captivating. But it's not just for our enjoyment. These melodies, those watery flute-like calls, serve a very specific purpose.
I was going to ask, what's the purpose of all that singing?
Well, for the males, it's all about attracting mates and defending their territory.
Ah, so it's like their own version of a romantic serenade.
Exactly.
Nature is so fascinating. You can tell so much about a creature's behavior just by understanding their songs.
Absolutely.
But the Western Meadowlark isn't just a pretty voice, it's also got some serious cultural significance, right?
Oh, tons. In fact, the western meadowlark is a symbol of the American West. It's the state bird for 6 states.
6? Wow, that's impressive. Which states are we talking about?
Let's see, we've got Kansas, Montana, Nebraska, North Dakota, Oregon, and Wyoming.
That's a pretty wide range. That's got to be more than any other bird, right?
You got it. No other bird can claim that many states. Really shows you how much this bird means to people in those areas.
It really does. Why do you think this particular bird resonates so strongly with folks in the West?
Well, I think part of it is their look. That bright yellow breast, the black V on their neck, they're definitely eye-catching.
They're definitely striking.
But I think it's also about their toughness. They're adaptable. They thrive in all sorts of environments. Grasslands, meadows, even agricultural fields. You see them everywhere.
And of course, there's that haunting song we were talking about. Adds a certain, I don't know, emotional depth to their presence.
Exactly.
It's like they embody the spirit of the West itself. Tough, but beautiful, adaptable, with a song that touches the soul.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Speaking of being all over the place, they're also quite the travelers, aren't they?
Oh, you mean their migration patterns?
Yeah, tell me about that.
Well, they breed in Canada and the United States. Then many head south for the winter down to Mexico.
Wow, that's a long journey.
It is. It is. And some even stay in Mexico year-round, enjoying that warmer climate.
Makes you wonder how they navigate those long distances. But with all that traveling, all those different habitats, it makes you think about the challenges they face too, right?
Oh, definitely.
Especially with things like habitat loss and climate change, it's hard not to be concerned.
Absolutely. And that's such a crucial point. As we delve into the beauty of the western meadowlark, its song, its importance to different cultures, we also have to think about how our actions impact its future.
You're right. We can't just admire them from afar. We have to think about how to protect them.
Exactly. So what can we do to make sure that meadowlark song keeps filling those wide open spaces for generations to come?
That's a great question for all of us to consider. And it really highlights why deep dive like this are so important.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
We need to not only appreciate nature's beauty, but also understand how to protect it.
Well said.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of the Western Meadowlark.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time.
See you then.